The American Legion State Tournament continues. Game number 13, a very important game between Wheeling Post 1, who is currently undefeated in the tournament and 27-7 overall, against South Charleston Post 94, trying to keep their state tournament hopes alive. They enter the contest 16-2, but they do have one loss in the tournament that came against Berkeley earlier in the tournament, 3-0. Chris George with you here. Video Productions, also the Metro News Sports app. Both teams been introduced down below. And this should be a very important game. Wheeling, the two-time defending state champion, already has a place in the state championship game. But right now they're currently undefeated. A win for South Charleston will put them against Parkersburg tomorrow at 1 p.m. And Wheeling will await the winner at 4. However, a Wheeling win here in this game will put them in the 1 o'clock game for Parkersburg for the state championship. And then Wheeling will have to be defeated twice. We'll come back. We'll have our first pitch right after these messages here on Video Productions and Metro News.
Some moments change everything. In an instant, your world grows bigger, and suddenly, it's real. There are questions, there are plans, there are quiet worries you don't always say out loud. And there are providers who walk with you through all of it, from the first heartbeat to the first time you hold them in your arms. At Access Health Women's Health, you don't have to leave your community to receive exceptional care. Access Health, right here at home.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
The path to a rewarding, well-paying career is close to home. Discover what WVU Tech graduates already know. We're a small campus with big opportunities. With hands-on experience in high-demand programs like hospitality, forensic investigations, cybersecurity, engineering, and nursing, you'll be prepared to enter the workforce, solving West Virginia's most important problems. We know that you can change the world, and it starts here at home.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
On the mound for Wheeling Post 1 is John Marshall product Caden Knapp. It's his first year with the Post 1 program, and he's getting a very important start here today against South Charleston Post 94. And, this is big because I was talking to John Michael Bruner before the game, and he thinks he's ready for this. This kid was wanting to come over to this program this year for games like this, and, boy, he's got the ball. And a very important game here today. Yeah, a win puts Wheeling in the driver's seat. However, a loss, they're still alive, and they hope Knapp can give them some solid innings here today. The defense behind him here in game number 13 in the outfield for Wheeling and left field is the Wheeling Central product Braxton Billick. In center field, Lindsley product Chris Upton. In right field, the Brook Bruin himself, Andrew Murdoch. At third base is Brady Ernest, the All-Stater from Wheeling Central. Dominic Fado, the Lindsay product at short. Jake Brown, boy, he's had a very good tournament so far. He is playing second base. At first base, Alexander Zaneski, the Weir product, and your catcher, Nolan Yenchek from Wheeling Park. And, of course, the pitcher from John Marshall, Caden Knapp. And stepping in the batter's box for South Charleston, leading off the bottom of the first, is the St. Albans product, Braxton Burke. He'll bat in the leadoff spot. He'll be followed by Joel Nelson and Luke Gordon. And we're ready to go. Should be an outstanding game here in this one. Four-man umpiring crew here today. Knapp will work from the stretch exclusively in the first pitch, high and in. It's a ball, 1-0, and we're underway. Game number 13. Temperatures right around 80 degrees, mostly cloudy skies here in Beckley. Burke squares the bunt, pulls it back, the 1-0 delivery. It's going to be on the corner at the knees on the outside, off speed for a strike, 1-1. Caden Knapp uses a high set from the stretch to delivery. Fastball up and in, driven back to the screen foul. And it's quickly 1-2 to Braxton Burke. It's down the field earlier, probably warmer today on this turf surface than it's been all week, but still much better than the weather we've been dealing with in the last few weeks. 1-2 delivery, check swing on a breaking ball down and away. They appeal down to first. They say no swing. That's Pat Atkins down at first. And quickly the count now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Next pitch down and in. It's full now, 3-2. Matt Bradley is your home plate umpire. The delivery, fouled back to the screen. Count stays 3-2 to Braxton Burke. And Burke doing a good job here in the leadoff spot, seeing a lot of pitches, battling in there. Of course, St. Albans High School was AAA state champions this past year in high school in West Virginia. The payoff. Pop fly out of play back towards the parking lot here at Linda K. Epling Stadium. Count stays full, 3-2. 7 pitch at bats so far here for Burke. Once again, the payoff pitch. Swung on, another foul back to the screen. And that's why these two teams are here. These two teams do a good job of having good approaches at the plate. They battle, they fight in there, and that's what we're seeing here again today. Next pitch, again, foul back out of play. Nine pitch at bat right now here for Burke, doing an excellent job here against Caden Knapp. Big hole up the middle for Knapp. And there's a pop fly into right center field. There's Chris Upton. Boy, just an excellent center fielder. Chases it down in the right center gap for out number 1. Upton was our MVP last year in the state tournament in Morgantown. The Lindsley product puts it away. He'll be a senior next year at Lindsley. And just an outstanding player he is. We see him a lot in the outfield, sliding some at shortstop a year ago, just an outstanding athlete. 1 down, stepping to the plate is Joel Nelson, the George Washington High School graduate. Bats on the right side here against Caden Knapp. Pitch, fastball at the right on the black on the outside part of the play, right there at the belt area, and it's quickly 0-1. Oh, 1 delivery. Swing and a miss. Good fastball up in the zone. 1-1. I was talking to the winning coaching staff before the game. They said Knapp features a fastball 84 to 87. The biggest thing for him is keeping it in the strike zone consistently because he has the stuff. It's just a matter of command. So far, he looks good. The 1-1 delivery. Breaking ball. Grounded to short on a hop. Fielded there nicely by the third baseman, Ernest. And a good stretch, though, at first by Zaneski, and he was able to maintain his foot on the bag, as you see there on your screen. Great job by Zaneski to get his foot down the bag, and a good throw as well, 2 away. I think here the play at third on a little scoop off the turf level there by Ernest, and a great play on a stretch here by Zaneski at first, retires Nelson. That's one thing about this Wheeling team. They do not make many mistakes. It's a team that prides themselves on their defense. They play clean, and they're going to go out and check here on Zaneski at first to see if he's okay, and I think he is. Just a slight cramp. That's John Michael Bruner, the manager for this Post 1 team, with the towel over his left shoulder. He's out there helping out Zaneski, and Bruner also serves as a trainer for the ball club. Here's Luke Gordon, All-State candidate here at the plate, triple quad A All-State, first-team member. Fouls it off, 0-1. Gordon was instrumental in that quad A state championship game for George Washington as they came from behind to defeat Morgantown for the title back in early June. 0-1 delivery. Fastball right on the corner. 0-2. Caden Knapp looking for a 1-2-3 inning. 0-2 delivery, and it hit the batter. It looked like on the bottom part of his elbow. And he's aboard on a 2-out hit batsman. Well, they always tell you don't want to throw 0-2 down the middle, but you also got to keep it from hitting the batter as well. So tough break there for Knapp. You see the replay here. See where it hits him as the ball comes in. And it looks like it may graze that bottom part of his arm, maybe more towards the forearm area. So he's aboard first is Luke Gordon. Good athlete there. He does have speed. 2 down. Here is Eli Smith, the catcher. Eli Smith has signed to play baseball at High Point, Division I. We saw him pitch early in the tournament. He's catching here today. As Knapp looks the runner back to first. No score here, top of the first. Another time, look over. This time he'll throw and back in safely as the runner. That's Pat Atkins, you see, umpiring first base. Very good college umpire. Does a lot of games in the Sun Belt Conference. Also Mountain East, has some Big 12 duties in the midweek. There's a foul ball, and it's going to go out of play left side. 0-1 to Smith. All these officials down there are all college umpires at various levels throughout the not only just state of West Virginia, throughout the East Coast, Mid-Atlantic region. Some of the best of the umpires every year in the state tournament. Runner goes, pitches the ball, throw down the second, not in time, and it gets it away in the center field, but holding at second base is Gordon. Just talked about it. Gordon has great speed, and there you go. They got him over in scoring position with 2 down. Count 0-2 to Eli Smith. And now Janczek's going to go out and talk to Smith here with 2 down. Tony Velter, your third base umpire. Looks like that's Mark Mail out at second with Atkins at first and Matt Bradley, your home plate umpire from the Charleston area. Knapp looks at the runner at second. Here's the 0-2 to Smith. Breaking ball down and away. Good job by Janczek to keep it in front. He's a tough catcher. Janczek, believe it or not, back in the area tournament. They won against Parkersburg to win the Area 1 championship. And then later that night, he went on to play the OVAC All-Star game in Wheeling. I tell you what, this is a tough kid to play a baseball game one day and go play a football game that night. The 1-2, check swing on a breaking ball in the dirt, and no swing, no appeal. Count now evens at 2-2. That's one thing I got to stop saying dirt. As you can see, this is a field turf surface, but it's always natural for a play-by-play guy to say the word dirt when it's really turf. 2-2, another one in the turf, bounces away. It's a wild pitch, and trotting down to third goes Luke Gordon. So Smith battling in there. He was down 0-2. Now he's worked the count full. 3 straight breaking balls thrown by Knapp. Does he come here with the fastball 3-2? Dangerous hitter here in Eli Smith. Payoff pitch. It's a fastball, but it misses outside. Ball 4, and it puts runners on the corners, and now 2 away for Ryan Anderson. Anderson, today's starting pitcher for Post 94. He also is a George Washington product.
Now batting for South Charleston, number 13, Ryan Anderson.
Anderson pitched the state championship game, suffered a no decision that night. He'll be a senior next year at George Washington High School. Anderson, tons of power. And he swings and sends a ground ball to short. Up with it is Fado. Flips it to the second baseman, Brown covering for out number 3. So South Charleston strands 2. We head to the bottom of the first. It's Post 94-0, and Wheeling Post 1 coming to bat right after this timeout on Video Productions and Metro News.
You have dreams.
A better life, a better job, a better you.
So where do you start to build the skills necessary to get there? At West Virginia State, you are not just a number, you are who you choose to be.
You receive personal attention from award-winning faculty.
You study in nationally recognized programs.
You learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have. No matter where you want to go
or what you want to do,
it starts at State.
If you're struggling with payroll problems, compliance confusion, or HR headaches, it's time to discover Compliance, the trusted solution for a healthier, stress-free business. With Compliance, you will experience faster, error-free payroll, effortless compliance with labor laws, and expert HR support and guidance. Don't let workplace stress take over. Ask your business if Compliance is right for you. Side effects may include reduced stress, increased efficiency, improved morale, and a strong reliance on compliance. Consult Compliance today. Compliance, because a better business starts with a better you.
Bottom of the first inning, Wheeling South Charleston scoreless on the mound for South Charleston Post 94, which draws players mainly from George Washington and St. Albans. They also have a couple from Winfield, also Huntington St. Joe. On the mound is Ryan Anderson, who just made that last out. Anderson's going to be a senior. Coming up, he's got what you call a heavy ball. It's a ball that moves. He very good velocity, very good breaking stuff as well. Similar to Caden Knapp, it comes down to command for the young man. If he's got great command, he's going to be very tough to hit, so we'll keep an eye on him today. Another note here, he's also caught a couple games in this tournament, so we'll see how far he can go here as a starter today. Defensively behind him today in left field is Preston Kiefer. He is a Winfield graduate from 2025. He's currently playing at West Virginia State. In center, Luke Gordon. In right field, Jackson Kimball. Kimball, a Charleston Catholic product. We saw him pitch really well against Potomac Valley yesterday. At third base, Gavin Comer. The shortstop is Braxton Burke. At second base is Joel Nelson. Your first baseman from Huntington St. Joe, it's Wyatt Pence. And your battery, Eli Smith, the fine catcher from George Washington. And he's caught Ryan Anderson all year long, so this is a good battery here today for Post 94. Chris George with you. Yeah, they drugged the state chairman onto the broadcast today, but hey, this is something I do for a living, so it's good to be on here and provide some play-by-play here. It'll be the only time I'll be with you this tournament, but it's always good to do kind of my day job, so to speak. It's my second job, so I always enjoy getting on the mic, and we'll do anything we can for these kids here in American Legion Baseball. The winner of this tournament tomorrow will head to the Southeast Regional in Cherryville, North Carolina, to take on the state champions from North Carolina. That is August the 5th, and should be tough because North Carolina always well represented in Legion Baseball. As coming up is the MVP from last year's state tournament, the Lindsley product, Chris Upton, who may be the fastest player in this tournament. He'll bat here going up against Ryan Anderson. Anderson says a little prayer on the mound before he gets up, and he'll deliver the first pitch for his team here in a matter of seconds. Parkersburg awaits the winner tomorrow at 1 p.m. They defeated Berkeley 11-0 in 5 innings earlier today. Parkersburg, the upstart team of the tournament, lost in the first day, have came back and won every game since. Anderson's delivery. Bunt attempt, third baseline. Charging at third is Comer. He'll field, he'll throw, and not in time. Good speed there by Upton. I think more importantly, other than the speed, is a well-placed bunt up the third baseline. Gavin Comer did no wrong. He fielded it perfectly, as you're going to see on the replay, as he just deadens the ball off the end of the bat. Great job by Comer to field it with the glove in motion towards the plate, and he fires to first. He did everything right. It's just Upton has great speed. Leadoff single, here's Jake Brown. Brown probably the hottest hitter for Wheeling so far in this tournament. From the stretch to pitch, Brown squares. It's a fake bunt steal play and a throw down, not in time. Stolen base for Chris Upton. Upton leads the team in steals, has done that the last 2 years for this Post 1 team, and time called by Matt Bradley to allow Ryan Anderson to talk to his catcher, Eli Smith. Want to know the count to Jake Brown. So the fake bunt steal play was on, and I get that because Jake has really hit the baseball well. I think they want Jake to swing away here. They don't want to sacrifice him in a situation like this at the speed of Upton on first. Anderson from the stretch looks at the runner at second base. The 1-0. Fastball high and tight, 2-0. Anderson, another guy that can get up in the upper 80s of his fastball. He played last year for Charleston Post 65 and manager Mike Cart. 2-0 delivery. Brown squares, bunts it high in the air, first base side, and a diving attempt by Eli Smith on the on-deck circle toward right in front of his own dugout. Just goes off the end of his glove. What a play there by Eli Smith just to get to that baseball. I didn't think he had a chance as the bunt was high into the air. Smith raced after it and head first dive and just could not come up with it. 2-1 to count. The delivery. Swing and a miss. Fastball went on the hands. 2-2. Don't want to make the first or third out at third, so I don't think Upton's going anywhere here. We'll see. Anderson takes a long look at him. The 2-2. Breaking ball swung on a miss. They're going to have to throw down the first to retire him, and Eli Smith does just that. Strikeout, go to 2-3, one away. Upton holds at second. Here's Andrew Murdoch, the Brook Bruin, also a first-team All-Stater in Class AAA this past year. Good hard breaking ball there by Anderson. And that's a big out, the way Jake Brown has been swinging this bat in the tournament so far. Murdoch bats from the left side. Swing, pop fly, center field. And there to make the catch is Luke Gordon. He'll get it in quickly to the shortstop, Braxton Burke. One pitch, two away. And that brings in Brady Ernest. Ernest leads the team in home runs, the cleanup hitter. He'll be a senior at Wheeling Central Catholic next year. Only had one home run hit in this state tournament. That was from Marshall Derrick of Berkeley, back on the first day of the tournament on Thursday. Fastball in the corner, 0-1. Breaking ball misses down and away. 1 ball and 1 strike to Ernest. A lot of these players in this game played in the state tournament in Huntington in early June, winning Central course in the AA portion of it. The 1-1. Foul back out of play, 1-2. Ernest was big in the state tournament a year ago, had a couple home runs up in Morgantown in the Wheeling Park State Championship run. Anderson, the 1-2. Fastball, swung on and missed. Strike 3, and the inning comes to a close. So after the leadoff bunt base hit by Upton, Anderson comes back to strike out Brown and Ernest, and then gets Murdoch to fly out to center. We head to the second, no score, Winning in South Charleston. Back after this on Video Productions and Metro News.
Need a truck that's ready for work, weekends, and everything in between? Right now at Dan Cava GMC, get up to $10,000 off select new GMC Sierra 1500s, or save up to $4,000 off all new GMC Canyon Elevations, offering bold styles, advanced technology, and everyday practicality. Come explore our all-new GMC Yukons, built for busy families and big adventures. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
I'm Sean Kovich, Mountaineer Golf Coach. When disaster strikes your home, business, or golf game, call the restoration company the Mountaineers call. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
Beautiful day in Beckley, West Virginia. State championship tomorrow, but this is a big game here. Wheeling knows they're in the state championship. However, they would like to be undefeated. South Charleston would like to say something about that, as they have to win to keep their season alive. No score here as we head in to the top of the second inning. Gavin Comer, Wyatt Pence, and Jackson Kimball to face John Marshall product Caden Knapp. And you look at up and down this South Charleston lineup, there's not an easy out. Every one of these guys can swing the baseball bat, and they've done it in this tournament. And they also did it on the high school level as well. Gavin Comer, of course, the younger brother, is one of the coaches. Garrett Comer on this team. Gavin steps in there against Caden Knapp. Fastball misses down and away, 1-0. No wind at all here today. Had a little bit more of a breeze yesterday, but today is 0 wind, so that is not going to be a factor in this one. 1-0 from Knapp. Ground ball hit to the right side. Second baseman up with it, and he dropped it. That goes in there, charged on Jake Brown. He was watching the runner, and we're going to see that on the replay. I think what you're going to see is he turned to look at the runner before he could look the ball into the glove. Let's catch it here on the replay. Routine ground ball, and, yep, it looked like he had a little bit of a sneak of a peek there and couldn't get the ball into the glove. So an error charge to Jake Brown. That's a rare mistake by Wheeling. Comer aboard. Here's Wyatt Pence. Pence sends a ground ball to the right side. Brown only played to first, and Zaneski quickly gets over there, and Pence does his job. He moves the runner Comer to second base, 1 away.
Now back at South Charleston, number 3, Jackson Kimball.
Not a double play ball, as that ball was between second and first there. Good play that time by Brown to range to his left just to get to it to retire Wyatt Pence, the Huntington St. Joe product, and that brings in Jackson Kimball, Charleston Catholic product, who pitched an excellent game yesterday against Potomac Valley. He will head to LaRoche College in Pittsburgh next year. And that ball hit him. I could hear a click. And it's a hit batsman. Sounded like it may have went off the bottom of his bat. I want to see the replay of that. Clearly it must have hit him. No argument from the Wheeling side of things. Second hit batsman of the game charged against Knapp. We'll see it here on the replay for Preston Kiefer. Kiefer squares, bunts it back the mound, slipping and falling is Knapp, but he's a good athlete. He fires to first, sacrifice 1-3, moves the runners in scoring position 2 away. You'll see on the replay here, good job by Knapp after he slipped here. Picked himself up nicely. This is why he's a very good athlete. 3-sport athlete at John Marshall. Slipped, fell, picked himself up, tossed to first. Good job there by Knapp. 2 away, top the order here is Braxton Burke. Flew out to center his last at bat. He's 0 for 1. I mentioned Knapp, 3-sport athlete at John Marshall. Burke takes the fastball up and away, 1-0. He's the lone Monarch on this team. He was released by Moundsville Post 3 earlier this summer to play for Wheeling Post 1. Those that are wondering why he's playing for Wheeling. One-0 delivery. Fastball paints the corner on the black, 1-1. So one thing I noticed yesterday from Wheeling, and really all tournament long, their pitchers really do a good job painting the black with the pitches both in and out of the strike zone. Stephen Brodegard the other night did an excellent job of that. The 1-1. Off-speed pitch, down and in, corner, strike is called, 1-2. Boy, that was a good pitch there from Knapp. Now Burke's going to have to protect here, down 1-2, but he's a very good hitter, so he can protect here. Got to keep this off the middle here if you're Wheeling. And Burke, you're just looking to put something in play here to get to 2 runners across in scoring position. Breaking ball high and upstairs, 2-2. Comer at second, Comer at third, Kimball at second, 2 away. Two-two pitch. Breaking ball fouled off. Down towards the bullpen, Wheeling side of play, left side. Count stays 2-2. Well, we know Burke's a tough customer. 10 pitches his last at bat. He flew out to center. So far, 5 here. 2-2 pitch. Swinging a ground ball, foul. Just missed down the left field line. Good diving attempt there by Brady Ernest as he picks himself up off the turf. Count stays 2-2. Caden Knapp, 2-2 pitch. Fastball misses away. We're full, 3-2. On deck is Joel Nelson if Burke would reach. No score, top of the second. Post 94 has him on the second and third, 2 away. 34 pitches so far for Knapp. The payoff And it's in the dirt, or in the turf. It's ball 4. A little bit of a check swing. He did not go. The bases are loaded for South Charleston. And that brings in Joel Nelson, who was 0 for 1. Nelson grounded out to third back in inning number 1. Pivotal point in this game. Wheeling last night survived multiple bases loaded situations against Berkeley, and each time they got out of it. Fastball outside corner. It's a strike, 0-1. Oh, 1 delivery upstairs. Count evens of the ball on a strike. One delivery. Another pitch outside, 2-1. You're watching here and you're seeing most of these pitches are working away to these South Charleston hitters. They know that they can barrel up baseballs. And the best way to keep them off the barrel is to go outside. See if they ever. It looks like they may come inside this time. Here's the 2-1, and it's a swing and a miss. Looks like he pulled the string there. Looking off-speed pitch there from Caden Knapp. Count evens up at 2-2. So they come inside. Looks like they pulled the string a bit there for an off-speed pitch, and it worked. Out in front was Nelson. Bases loaded, 2 outs. 2-2 the count to Nelson. Caden Knapp from the stretch. The delivery. Misses high. It's ball 3, 3-2. Well, drama here for the first time in this game. You see Coach Henry, the pitching coach for Wheeling, pacing in front of his dugout right now. Payoff pitch. Outside corner of the fastball, called strike 3. Big time pitch for Caden Knapp and Wheeling post 1, and South Charleston leaves the bases loaded. We head to the bottom of the second. No score. South Charleston and Wheeling. We'll come back after this on Metro News and Video Productions.
My name's Keith Sigmund. I'm the general manager here at Buchanan Mine. I find in Bluefield State graduates a characteristic that is uncommon in most today, and that characteristic is their work ethic.
Afraid to spend as many hours as they need to spend here. They have a great work ethic.
Why we search for Bluefield State graduates is because they don't shy away from the challenge.
Life doesn't wait, so neither should your care. Whether it's a cough, fever, or stomach bug, Access Plus is here for those urgent moments.
From bumps and bruises to stitches and even x-rays, we've got you covered with extended hours and walk-in care for the whole family.
You do not have to be an Access Health patient to be seen. No hassle, no appointments, just quality care when you need it.
Access Health, where care meets community.
Well, we had some drama last half inning, but once again, Wheeling was able to get out of a bases-loaded jam without a run coming across. We head to the bottom of the second inning. No score, Wheeling and South Charleston. Chris George with you here on Video Productions. I want to thank Fred Persinger and all the other fine talent that have provided play-by-play this weekend. They all do an excellent job. And Fred will be back with you here tomorrow as Dominic Fado, the Lindsley cadet, steps in the batter's box. He'll lead it off here in the bottom of the second, followed by Alexander Zaneski and the Brody Groom, the DH. Against Ryan Anderson. Anderson had a good first inning, only 1 hit allowed. And he came back to strike out 2 of the next 3. So this is a good pitcher in Ryan Anderson. Good pitching matchup here today. Ryan Anderson, got to see him last year as a young junior to be, and I saw a big kid that could throw hard. Now he looks more polished than he did a year ago. Breaking ball misses away, 1-0, the count to Fado. Fado, a young man, was on the Wheeling junior team a year ago that was a state runner-up to Beckley and Bridgeport. The 1-0 pitch, fastball just at the knees, 1-1. Fado's had a big summer for the senior team in his debut. Youngster awaits the 1-1 from Anderson. Ground ball, back up the middle and through for a base hit. So Fado's singles lead off the bottom of the second for Wheeling post 1. And that brings in the Weir High product, Alexander Zaneski, the first baseman.
Now back for post one, number 2, Alex Zaneski.
Zaneski pitched no decision yesterday. Actually, may have got the win. I'll have to check the box score. Pitched 4+ innings. Throw to first and back in safe. Zaneski all year long has been pitching and playing first for this post one team. This is also his debut, first year with the program. And it was Doty that got the win yesterday in relief. Zaneski, good hitter though. He squares the bunt, pulls it back, takes high and outside, 1-0. Zaneski will be a senior this coming year at Weir High School. The 1-0, he squares, bunts it foul, back to the netting, 1-1. And I think this is something that, Zaneski, a middle-of-the-order type hitter for Weir during the high school season, now being asked to lay down a bunt here, something he's probably not used to. But this Wheeling team practices as much as anyone, and they've worked on situations like this. Fado has his lead off first. Anderson from the stretch, the pitch, bunted high in the air, and a diving catch made by Ryan Anderson towards the first baseline. One away, and he's got a big old smile on his face. That's a heck of a play by the starting pitcher, Ryan Anderson, as we'll watch this on the replay. But high into the air, quickly he identifies the ball and makes a diving catch on his knee. Now, normally Anderson is a catcher, but he's a good athlete. He can really play anywhere on the diamond, and he makes a great play, 1 out. That brings in Brody Groom, the Wheeling Park youngster who will be a senior next year at the park. He'll be the DH here today, and he takes down away 1-0. I talked to Brody Groom earlier in the tournament. I got the chance to see this young man play a lot this year at Wheeling Park, and I said, you look like a different player today than you did in high school. You've improved so much within this program. He really has. Anderson's 1-0. Runner goes, pitches a ball, and it gets away. And rounding second on his way to third base is Fado, and Smith has it. He'll throw down, not in time. So it goes to the stolen base for Fado. He'll get to third on the wild pitch. And want to see the replay. Let's see if it went off the glove. And it's going to be a pass ball. Let's see. And yes, that is a pass ball right off the glove of the catcher, Smith. So stolen base for Fado. He'll get third on the pass ball. And the count 2-0 to Brody Groom. Inside out swing as Groom fouls it back out of play, 2-1. Could have been a situation there where Smith was watching the runner go and just didn't see the ball into the glove. Anderson battled back strong back into first. Can he do it here in the second? Off-speed pitch, and getting a piece is Groom. Fouls at the plate, count now 2-2. Anderson working that sleeve on his pitcher's arm. It covers down past his elbow. Try to keep his elbow warmer. Keep the arm loose. You see a lot of pitchers do that, especially guys that also catch and pitch. 2-2 delivery. And the ball nearly came in on his hands. I'm not sure he fouled it off, did Groom, but that may have hit him if he didn't swing. Good run on that fastball. Probably a two-seam fastball with some good running on the hands there by Ryan Anderson. And we'll do it again. 2-2 pitch. Popped up. Foul territory. First base side. Second baseman behind first. And that is Joel Nelson makes the play. And the runner will have to hold it third, 2 away. Good communication that time as the first baseman, Wyatt Pence, was going back. But then Nelson recognized the ball in the air and came over and made a nice catch behind first. That's just good communication there. Good coaching there by this post-94 team. And good teamwork there as well. 2 away. Here's Nolan Janczek, the catcher. Brody Groom's teammate at Wheeling Park is Janczek. He takes away 1-0. Janczek also a very good football player for Wheeling Park High School. 1-0 delivery. Fly ball sinking in for a base hit. Up with it is the right fielder, Kimball, and he'll get it in, but it's an RBI single for Nolan Yanchek. And Wheeling scores the game's first run. They're up 1-0 here in the bottom of the second inning. And we'll get a courtesy runner for the catcher down at first.
Courtesy runner for Wheeling, number 49, Cooper Kelly. Now batting for Wheeling, number 8.
Cooper Kelly, another Wheeling Park product, will be the courtesy runner down at first for the catcher. Of course, in Legion Baseball, you're allowed to run for the pitcher and catcher. High school rules that carry over into the postseason. There's a strike to Braxton Billick. I call him the old man, and he's not an old man by any means, but Braxton Billick, 4-year member of this team. He's a 19-year-old product, and Billick plays his baseball at West Liberty. He also was a Wheeling Central graduate in 2025. And he sends a ground ball to the right side up with his second baseman, Nelson. He'll fire to first, and the side's retired. Out number 3, but the RBI single for Nolan Yanchek with 2 outs scores Dom Fato from third. And Wheeling leads 1-0 as we head to the third. Back after this on Metro News and the video production.
This summer, 2 fan favorites are back.
Honey pepper pimento, pineapple dragon fruit. They're back, they're so packed, yeah, they're bringing that flavor back. Honey pepper pimento, yeah, that pimento. Pineapple dragon fruit, bringing that pineapple back. They're back, they're so packed, yeah, they're bringing that flavor back. They're so packed. Honey pepper pimento.
Which favorite will you choose?
When it comes to finding your next vehicle,
it's officially go time at Thornhill Auto Group.
10 trusted brands,
plus a huge lineup of pre-owned.
Brought to you by the folks who've served this region for years.
We go big for our home team.
And don't forget Thornhill's Value Plus warranty. Real coverage that keeps you going.
So if you're ready to go, it's go time at Thornhill Auto Group.
Wheeling leads South Charleston 1-0. Game number 13, the West Virginia State American Legion Tournament here in Beckley, Linda K. Epling Stadium. Chris George with you here. As South Charleston here in the top of the third will send the 3-4 hitters to the plate. Luke Gordon, followed by Eli Smith and Ryan Anderson against Caden Knapp, who has thrown 41 pitches to this point, and he's survived a couple rough innings in both the first and the second, especially in the second inning. He left the bases loaded as he retired Nelson via the strikeout, looking back in the top half of the second. Pirates today winners over the Cubs. Those Pirates fans watching, they finally get a win in the Cubs series, 8-7. Although they had to hold on, they had an 8-4 lead, and the Pirates bullpen doing what they normally do, try to blow games, ended up getting them out of that, and a 1-run victory for the Pirates. So congratulations to them. Those that are Pirates fans watching, that is. I know a lot of Wheeling fans watching are Pirates fans. I'm sure they'd like to hear that. And a lot of the South Charleston fans are Reds fans, I am sure. Here's Luke Gordon, lead off. Gordon check swing. It's a called strike nonetheless. 0-1. Gordon was hit by a pitch back in the first. Officially 0 for 0 on the day. Oh, 1 delivery. Nice off-speed pitch. May have been a breaking ball. Swing and a miss by Gordon, 0-2. Caden Knapp, one of the top pitchers for John Marshall this past year. 0-2 pitch, and it's way outside. That's exactly where you want to throw 0-2 off the plate. Too many times, especially at the big league level, you see 0-2 pitch get wasted right down the middle, ends up being trouble for the pitcher more times than not on 0-2. Here's the 1-2. Gordon stays alive. Good job by Luke. Boy, he's a great hitter. I saw Luke play 2 years ago, and I don't even recognize the young man now. He has improved so much from 2 seasons ago. This kid turned himself into a first-team All-Stater, one of the best players in the state of West Virginia. Very good pitcher, very good athlete. He can do it all. One of the best hitters in the state. Sends a ground ball to first. Up with it, Zaneski. He'll take it to the bag unassisted for out number 1. Big out there for Knapp, as anytime you get Luke Gordon retired, that's big, big news because Gordon's as good as anyone. Also, another very good hitter, Eli Smith, a High Point product coming up to the plate. He'll head to High Point in the fall. He walked back in the first. He's officially 0 for 0. Pitch misses outside, 1-0. What a job George Washington did this past spring. Won the state championship. Wasn't easy. Had to come from behind to beat Morgantown in the title game. GW team blew through the Mountain State Athletic Conference. Great season there. Outside corner, fastball, 1-1 now to Smith. St. Albans likewise. Well, majority of these kids are also St. Albans players on this roster. They won the AAA state championship. Probably a little bit more surprise. I think GW was the favorite going in to win Quad A, but St. Albans was not the top seed. They did an excellent job in the postseason to get the state title. 2-1 now to Smith. Now these guys combine with a few other kids from other area schools to try to win a Legion State Championship, which South Charleston has won a ton of those over the years, as has Wheeling. In fact, Wheeling leads the state in the most titles won for an American Legion baseball team. There's a fly ball left side, and it's Billick. Camps under it. He makes the catch, 2 away. Yeah, these two teams here today, Wheeling Post 1 and South Charleston Post 94, two of the leaders in the state in state titles won. In fact, Wheeling won a slew of state titles back in the 80s and the early 90s, and they've won our back-to-back state titles here in the last couple years, looking for a third in a row here today, this weekend. South Charleston trying to break that streak here, and a win today could put a dent into that. Here's Ryan Anderson. In on his hands, he fisted foul out of play 0-1. Anderson, one of the team leaders in home runs at George Washington High School, also has a couple home runs in the summer as well for this team. Strong hitter. He's got what you call raw power. 0-1 pitch, down and away, 1-1. He's had a couple extra base hits in this tournament. One delivery. Down and away, 2-1. Caden Knapp, 53 pitches to this point, looking for his first 1-2-3 inning of the day. 2-1 delivery. In on the hands, popped up. Shallow center, going back as a second baseman. He'll give way to center fielder Chris Upton, and he makes the catch for out number 3. Anytime you have Chris Upton in center, you just stand aside and let that young man cover ground. He can do it as well as anyone. We head to the bottom of the third. Wheeling leads South Charleston 1-0. We'll come back after this on Metro News and Video Production.
At WVU Tech, you get more than a college experience. You get the tools you need to be successful, break barriers, and land opportunities, all at an affordable price. With the best return on investment in West Virginia and a small, supportive campus. Find out what being a Golden Bear can mean for you today. Start your application at wvutech.edu.
If you're struggling with payroll problems, compliance confusion, or HR headaches, it's time to discover Compliance, the trusted solution for a healthier, stress-free business. With Compliance, you will experience faster, error-free payroll, effortless compliance with labor laws, and expert HR support and guidance. Don't let workplace stress take over. Ask your business if compliance is right for you. Side effects may include reduced stress, increased efficiency, improved morale, and a strong reliance on compliance. Consult Compliance today. Compliance, because a better business starts with a better you.
We hit the bottom of the third inning. Wheeling leads South Charleston 1-0, and they have the top of the order due up here against Ryan Anderson. It's Chris Upton, Jake Brown, and Andrew Murdoch. Upton had a bunt base hit his last time up back in the bottom of the first inning. Beautiful day here in Beckley. Temperatures right around 80 to 81 degrees, mostly sunny skies. And knock on wood, we have not had any rain during this tournament. There is some rain in the forecast tonight, but tomorrow looks good to get the championship crowned and head some lucky team to the Southeast Regionals in Cherryville, North Carolina, August the 5th. That's right. Normally, West Virginia in the Mid-Atlantic region this year. We're in the Southeast. We'll be in the Southwest for the foreseeable future. And they'll play the North Carolina state champion. Also represented in the Southeast region is Ohio, Virginia, South Carolina, Florida, Puerto Rico, and, of course, West Virginia. And unfortunately, you draw North Carolina, and that's one of the better states in Legion baseball in the country. They'll be tough. And, of course, Virginia, Chesapeake last year won the national championship, and right now they're on their way to win another state championship in Virginia, although that tournament won't be decided till Tuesday or Wednesday of this week coming up.
Now batting for Wheeling, number 12, Chris Upton.
Here's Chris Upton. Yeager Benson out of Cincinnati, Ohio. Looks like they may win the Ohio State Championship, and many of our teams have played them this year. They're really good. Fastball in the outer half, 0-1 to Upton. Of course, I guess when you had a chance to draw up to 7,500 kids from the city of Cincinnati, you ought to have some good talent, right? Here's the 0-1. Outside, 1-1. It was Yeager Benson from Cincinnati defeating Beverly Lowell, who was last year's state champion winners in Ohio earlier today. Stepping back and off the rubber is Anderson, and he'll reset things. The 1-1. Ground ball. Fair down the third baseline. Into the corner it goes. Upton's going to head to second base and up with it quickly. No, he'll not get to it. Upton's on his way to third base. He slides in safe. I want to see the replay to see if the left fielder bobbled the ball or not. I think it's going to go as a double and an error here for Upton. Let's catch the replay here. Well, he just finds ways to put the ball in places people can't get to him. As Kiefer, he had the ball and then dropped it, so that will be a double and an error charged against Kiefer in left. Yeah, I think sliding there would kind of hurt him. Probably one of those things you just reach over and pick it up. Sliding probably allowed him to kick it away from him. There's a strike 0-1 to Jake Brown. Brown struck out back in the first. He's 0 for 1. Infield corners are in. Middle playing halfway. Breaking ball down and in. 1-1. See what South Charleston plays is. It's early in the game. We're in the bottom of the third, only 1-0. Middle kind of playing halfway here. They might concede the run if it's hit there, probably to the right side. The pitch. Down away, 2-1. As I say that, the shortstop Raxtenberg creeping in ever slow slightly there with his starter step. So I think anything hit to the left side here, they're coming home. Although I don't think Wheeling will have the contact play on with nobody out. I wouldn't anyways if it were me. Way outside, 3-1. That's a great job there by Eli Smith. Of course, he's a heck of an athlete. One of the better catchers in the state. He's a two-way player, folks. He's one of the better catchers in the state. He's also one of the better pitchers as well. And, yeah, he's a pretty good hitter. 3-1. And going for everything there was Brown. He swings and misses, 3-2. (3-2) from Anderson. Ground ball, foul down the third base line. It stays 3-2. Jake Brown's had himself a big tournament so far, multiple hits and multiple games in this tournament. He also pitched pretty well day number 1 against Potomac Valley back on Thursday. The payoff. Line drive and a base hit to left field, and it'll score Upton from third, and Wheeling leads 2-0 here in the third. For an RBI single and post 1 leads 2-0. Here is Andrew Murdoch, the Brook Bruin, with his green Brook Bruin helmet stepping into the batter's box. Quick throw first, and back in safely there is Brown. You see Wyatt Pence, the first baseman for South Charleston. There's Pat Atkins behind him, the first base umpire today. Murdoch bunts it high in the air and back out of play. But that's one thing this Wheeling Post 1 coaching staff's not going to like. Other than Upton with the leadoff bunt single, they've not been able to get the bunt down a couple times here in this game. But again, these are guys like Murdoch and others that normally hit in the middle of the order for the respective high school. And Probably not used to bunting like most of them are in the bottom half of the order. And kind of a half-hearted attempt there, and he misses it. It's 0-2. And the rule is if you're asked to sacrifice bunt, you sacrifice strikes only. That pitch was a breaking ball down and in, and that time he should have pulled the bat back, and Murdoch did not. Anderson way ahead of the count, 0-2. Can he get a strikeout here for his team? The delivery. Ground ball, right side and through for a base hit. Stopping at second is Jake Brown, and I hope we get to see the replay of that one because, folks, this is where you don't want to throw 0-2, and that's right down the middle, and it's exactly what Anderson did, and Murdoch made him play it a single to right field. And you see it right down Broadway. You do not want to throw 0-2 there, and when you do, bad things like that happen for your pitcher. So first and second, no one out. Here's Brady Ernest, their cleanup hitter and home run leader and RBI leader on the season. Anderson looks at the runner at second. That's Jake Brown, and he'll turn and fire to second, and safe as Brown. All that is right there is to see if the batter's going to square the bunt, which you saw Ernest at the last second square. So that's what that was, just to make sure to see what the batter was going to do. And they'll adjust their defense after that. Another throw to second, and this time they try to pick him off, and back in safely is Brown. Good job there, but a tag by shortstop Braxton Burke. Ernest squares, bunts the ball. First base side, fielded by Pence. He'll fire to first. Good job by the second baseman, Joel Nelson, to get over and cover. Pence gave a look to third in case they could get a force there, but then he turned and pivoted and fired to the second baseman, Nelson, covering. You'll see here on the replay, Pence fields the bunt. He looks to third, and he says, nah, I'm going to throw to first. And how about the second baseman, Johnny on the spot? That's Joel Nelson. That's a sacrifice 3-4. Moves the runners in scoring position, one away for Dom Fato, who singled and scored back in the second. And it looks like we may have an injury here at third. As at third base is Jake Brown. May have been where he was sliding into the bag, and that's something to keep an eye on. Brown is a guy they may look to pitch tomorrow in the championship game. Remember, Wheeling is automatically in the championship game since they're undefeated with a win today or a loss. They're still there, and they seem to think Brown's okay. We'll monitor that as this game goes on. That's big there for Wheeling.
Now batting for Wheeling, number 5, Dominic Fato.
Here's Dom Fato, singled up the middle last time. Second and third, one away. Boy, not many teams you sacrifice their cleanup hitter, and that's exactly what Post 1 did there if they're leading home run and RBI leader in Brady Ernest. Fato takes the strike at the knees. Good fastball from Anderson, 0-1. Well, Anderson's been here before. He's a young man that's battled out of trouble not only in just this game, but a lot during the year. Breaking ball outside, 1-1. Very good pitcher. I've liked Ryan Anderson ever since the day I watched him pitch last year when he played for Charleston post 65. And then he went to George Washington, had a heck of a junior year. The 1-1. Line back up the middle and through for a base hit. Brown will score, and slipping around third is Murdoch. And he'll hold there. RBI single for Dom Fato, his second hit of the day. And Wheeling now leads 3-0.
Now batting for Post 1, number 2.
Both of Fato's hits have been back through the middle of the field. Here's Alex Zaneski. And the Weir High product steps in, left-handed hitter against right-handed throwing Ryan Anderson. First and third, one out. Anderson looks for a double play. Middle infield plays for 2. Pitches down and in, 1-0. And you got a good middle infield tandem of Braxton Burke and Joel Nelson. The 1-0 pitch. Good fastball. Paints the outside corner, belt high, 1-1. South Charleston's normal shortstop, Brogan Sam's not here. He's on vacation this week. So that moves Burke to short, but he too can play the position quite well. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball, foul ball out of play left side. 1-2 to Zaneski. Zaneski popped out to the pitcher on a very fine play by Anderson back in the second. He's 0 for 1. The 1-2 just misses 2-2. 47 pitches so far, as you see on the top part of your screen. Runners on first and third, one away. Bottom of third, 3-0 Wheeling. The 2-2, and it's low for ball 3. On deck is Brody Groom of Zaneski to reach here. First and third, one away. Middle infield lines up for a double play depth. And Tom Call by the battery steps out. Also, the catcher has to readjust his equipment there below, and we're good to go here. Big pitch coming in this game right here. 3-2 delivery. Swing and a miss. Good fastball by Ryan Anderson. Strikes out Zaneski, out number 2. Big pitch there for Anderson and his team. Here's Brody Groom. He popped out to second baseman Joel Nelson back in the second. He's 0 for 1. This is something you got to watch here. You got speed on first of Fado. Did they try to do something here to steal a run? Did they try to send the runner early? Did they try to get him caught in a run down to get the runner from third to score? Wheeling, a team like them, will do little things like this of 2 outs to try to maybe sneak a run across. Gotta have to pay attention here and see what post 1 does here. First and third, 2 away. The delivery. Groom fouls it back out of play. First base side, 0-1. Anderson from the stretch. The 0-1. Good pitching on the inside corner, 0-2. Now we got to be ready here for maybe some trickery from Wheeling on the base paths. This is an experienced South Charleston team. I'm sure they'll be up for the test if they try something here with 2 strikes on the batter and 2 outs. The 0-2, there goes the runner at first. Swung on, fly ball, lifted to left field, and it's going to be in for a base hit. And they're going to hold the runner at third. That's Fado. Scoring from third is Murdoch. Clutch hit there for Brody Groom. He drives in the game's 4th run, and Wheeling leads 4-0. I don't think that was really a hit and run. It was just more, let's get the runner going here of 2 strikes, and Brody Groom's protecting. Another pitch right out over the plate, and he gets the barrel on the bat. Good attempt out there and left there by Preston Kiefer, but comes up empty. And first and third again, and out comes Alex Jarrell from the South Charleston dugout to talk to everybody here at the mound. Well, we got a moment here earlier today in our first game. That's game number 12 of the tournament. Parkersburg Post 15, the Cinderella of the tournament, so to speak, defeated Berkeley in 5 innings, 11-0. Behind Wyatt Boyce, the starting pitcher, who was the ace this past year for Work County High School. So that puts Parkersburg tomorrow into the title scenario. They'll either play Wheeling or they'll play South Charleston. And if South Charleston would come from behind and win this, that'll put Wheeling into the 4 o'clock or 3:30 game, 30 minutes after the first one. If Wheeling would stay in front here and win this game, then Parkersburg will have to beat them twice tomorrow for the state championship. And that will be an Area 1 final, by the way, because both those teams are Area 1 representatives. But the old South Charleston from Area 3 will have something to say about this if they can come from behind here. Here's Nolan Yenchek. He had an RBI single back in the second. He's 1 for 1. And the throw to third, and back in safe there is Fado. I think that's like 3 or 4 times this weekend I've seen the throw to third. It's something you don't normally see, but pitchers this weekend have been been paying attention to that runner at third base more so than normal. Outside, good backhanded snag there by the catcher Smith. 1-0 to Yanchek. No action in the post 94 bullpen. If they do go to the field, more than likely it'll be Braxton Burke to come in to pitch. He has yet to pitch in the tournament. Gavin Comer is available also if needed. The 1-0, low, 2-0. 54 pitches so far for Ryan Anderson. He's a horse. He could go 105, no problem. I know he's caught a couple games in the tournament, but he's a horse. He's a strong kid. 2-0 delivery. Swing and a miss. Big cut there by Yanchek on a pitch down and away. 2-1. Even if he made contact, not much you can do with that if you try to pull that outside pitch. You need to go the other way with that. 2-1 delivery. Breaking ball in on the hands, just misses. It's now 3-1 to Yanchek with Braxton Billick on deck. Wheeling 4, South Charleston nothing, bottom of 3. First and third, 2 outs. The 3-1 to Yanchek. Swung on, fly ball, lifted, right field side, and there for the catch and right is Jackson Kimball for out number 3. But 3 runs come across for Wheeling in the bottom of the third. They lead 4-0 as we head to the fourth. Back after this on Metro News and Video Production.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
South Charleston has some scoring to do here if they want to come back here to advance to tomorrow to play Parkersburg. Right now they trail Wheeling 4-0 as we head to the top of the fourth inning. Chris Jorns, the state chairman of Legion Baseball. Yeah, they got me on the mic today. Someone had to fill in. It was me. I don't mind it. This is a job I do a lot throughout the year, so it's good to get on here and talk good about both these teams and these programs and all these teams in this Legion tournament this year. I want to let everyone know that this is the first time we had 40 total teams this summer between junior and senior Legion combined. That's the most teams we've had in the state of West Virginia since the late 1990s. And back in the late 1990s, it was just senior Legion competition only. So I want to congratulate every program in the state, every coach, every kid, every trainer, every ball boy, team mom, team dad, whatever it takes. Thank you this summer for giving us a very good summer of baseball in the state of West Virginia. Gavin Comer to lead it off for Post 94 here in the top half of the fourth. His team trails 4-0. Comer reached on an error back in the second. He's 0 for 1. And the pitch from Knapp. Fastball down, 1-0. Knapp has pitched 3 scoreless innings. Has not allowed a hit so far. I looked down at my book. I was kind of second-guessing myself. But, yeah, so far South Charleston, no hits to this point. Pitch inside 2-0. He did hit 2 and has walked 2 as well. So that's where the traffic has come on the bases. And ground ball up the middle, fielded behind second by the shortstop, but not in time. It's going to be an infield single there for Gavin Comer. Hit number 1 for Post 94. Good job by the shortstop, Fado, to field it behind second, but that's a base hit. Hard to get Gavin Comer, who has above-average speed. Good job by Fado just to get to it. Made a good throw, but I don't think, even if Zaneski had picked that at first, I think Comer had beaten it out. Leadoff single for Comer brings up Huntington St. Joe product Wyatt Pence. He, too, was in the state tournament in single A as Huntington St. Joe was the number one team most of the year in the Metro News Power Index poll in Class A. But it was a Sherman Tide that came home with the state title. Pitch high, 1-0. Of course, those that want to know where Sherman is at, that's in Seth. That's northern Boone County. Not too far from here. Here's the 1-0. Popped up. Center field. And to make the catch, and the runner's going to have to get back, and he does. Great job there by Zaneski to try to make that catch, trying to hold his foot on the bag. Looked like it was a hit and run there as Comer was off on the pitch. Upton makes the catch, 1 out, and a strong throw, but Zaneski did all he could to keep that foot on the bag and make the catch at the same time, to no avail. So Comer back at first. Here is Jackson Kimball. Kimball, Charleston Catholic product. Saw him pitch yesterday. He's on his way to LaRoche College in Pittsburgh. Talked to his dad yesterday. He saw my Pirates hat, and he says, "You know where LaRoche is at?" I said, "Yes, I do, sir." Snap throw down to first. Back in safely is the runner, Gavin Comer. Comer looking in the bottom part of his wrist there. Man, got a little bit of a carpet burn there on his hand. One out in the inning. Runner first is Comer. 4-0 Wheeling. The delivery, swing and a miss. Count evens at the ball on a strike. One delivery. Pitch outside, 2-1. One thing we haven't mentioned yet, Carter McClung, who's been a very good hitter for this post-94 team in the state tournament, left to go on vacation today, and that's a big loss for post-94 as a Scott graduate from last year is not with them right now. 2-1 pitch, fastball called. Well, apparently the first pitch must have been a strike, so that is a strike 3 looking there as Kimball's retired for out number 2. So 2 down. Kimball is out. Here's Preston Kiefer, who had a sacrifice bunt back in the second. He's officially 0 for 0. And a delivery from Knapp. Down and away, 1-0. 65 pitches now for Caden Knapp. We'll see how far he goes. Wheeling does start to send someone down to the bullpen. Outside, 2-0. Let's see if South Charleston gets Comer to second base here, at least to get him in scoring position with 2 outs. They need to start chipping away here, and in order to do that, they might want to think about getting Comer over. And time called. Out comes the pitching coach for Wheeling. That's Dustin Henry, longtime pitching coach for Post 1. He'll come out to talk to Caden Knapp and the rest of the middle infield. Again, if Wheeling wins, they play Parkersburg tomorrow at 1 for the state title. If South Charleston wins, they will play Parkersburg at 1 tomorrow, and Wheeling will await the winner at, 30 minutes after that first game. So there's no set time for that if game tomorrow. It's just 30 minutes after the conclusion of the first game, if we have a second game tomorrow. And, of course, if Wheeling would win this game, Parkersburg would have to beat them twice. And, hey, don't think that's not possible. Back in 2024, Wheeling defeated Morgantown twice in the final day to win the state championship. And their first of 2. And they're looking for their third one here this year. 2-0 delivery. Right down the middle. Swung on and missed. 2-1. Two-one pitch, popped up against the line. right field. It's Murdoch, and he is there to make the catch, and the side is retired. So leadoff single for Comer. He's stranded at first. As we head to the bottom of the fourth, it's Wheeling with a 4-0 lead as we come back right after this on Metro News and Video Productions.
For over 20 years, Dan Cava Toyota World has been more than a dealership. We're family-owned, community-focused, and committed to taking care of our customers long after the sale. Our commitment doesn't stop when you drive off the lot. With factory-trained technicians and a service team you can trust, we're here to keep your vehicle running at its best for years to come. So when it's time to get your next vehicle, choose the dealership that's been serving the community for generations. Visit Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
Some moments change everything. In an instant, your world grows bigger, and suddenly, it's real. There are questions, there are plans, there are quiet worries you don't always say out loud, and there are providers who walk with you through all of it, from the first heartbeat to the first time you hold them in your arms. At Access Health Women's Health, you don't have to leave your community to receive exceptional care. Access Health, right here at home.
And we're back here at Linda K. Epling Stadium here in Beckley. Wheeling 4, South Charleston nothing here as we move into the bottom of the fourth inning for post one. Braxton Billick will lead it off. You look at the line score, 4 runs, 8 hits, 1 error for Wheeling. For South Charleston, no runs. They did pick up their first hit with Gavin Comer in the top half of this inning and an error. So both teams 1 error apiece. We got a new pitcher for South Charleston. Just recognized that as I looked up. So new arm for South Charleston. We'll try to get you some changes. It is Braxton Burke. So Burke was told to me before the game that he would probably be in relief. So we'll get the changes for South Charleston here in just a second. Burke, a normal pitcher for St. Albans this past year in high school baseball. So Burke to the mound. Looks like they moved Ryan Anderson to first base and Pence to third. Yeah, that is Wyatt Pence at third base. And Comer to short. Okay, so Anderson officially goes 3 innings here today. So Anderson today, 3 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs. They were all earned. And he struck out 3 and did not walk a batter. So good job there by Ryan Anderson. They move him to first base. We saw that earlier in the tournament where they moved Pence when Anderson was not catching. He did play first. They moved Pence from first to third. So Braxton Burke, the new arm. And here's Braxton Billick to lead things off.
Now back for Wheeling, number 8, Braxton Billick.
Be careful here for a bunt. Now, you got a good athlete on the mound. And Braxton Burke, normal middle infielder, so he's a very good athlete, so he fields his position well. Billick also good with the bat control in his hands. The delivery. Fastball misses away, 1-0. Billick 0 for 1, grounded out to second, back into second. The 1-0 from Burke. Fastball right down Broadway, 0-2. It's now 1-1, excuse me. Third baseman. That's Pence in on the turf. Well, kind of more even with the bag down at third. Everybody else deep in the infield. The 1-1. Foul back out of play, 1-2. One thing I noticed from Burke here, you can see on your screen, works fast. I like pitchers that work fast. Ray Miller, the old pitching coach for the Orioles and Pirates, had a slogan, work fast, change speeds, and throw strikes. And that's what Burke's going to try to do here today. The 1-2 down just a bit, 2-2. 2-2 to Billick. And there's a ground ball head up the middle and through for a leadoff hit. Wheeling has hit I think if you look at the hits, that's hit number 9. I think 5 of these have come up right through the middle of the field. At least 4 of them I can remember. So there's leadoff single for Billick. Top of the order, Chris Upton. And you probably know what I'm thinking. You're thinking, okay, this man knows how to bunt, and he's probably going to lay one down here. We'll see. And you got to keep in mind, with his speed, he's one of the fastest players in the state. Him just laying a sacrifice bunt down, you got to be careful because he could beat it out. But he had a good athlete on the mound in Burke. And the pitch low, 1-0. We saw Wheeling earlier in this game do the fake bunt steal play, and they have good speed. I would say decent speed on first with Billick. Here's the 1-0 delivery. Upton bunts it, first base side, and diving attempt by Burke. It's going to be an infield single on his way to third base. Actually, you know what, folks? This is going to be an infield double. Man, you got to score it as a double because it was a bunt. Diving attempt there by the pitcher, Burke. And it went right through the right side, and you're going to see it here on the replay. Good bunt by Upton. And a diving attempt there by the pitcher, Burke, and the second baseman came over. Instead of throwing the second, there was no one covering second. That's why he didn't go there. As the shortstop or the guy came over to cover there, was late. Jake Brown, the batter, and he fouls it out of play. I'll look over here to the official score, see if he counted that as a double or not. Okay, he gets credit for a single and advances on the throw. So basically, that's what you want to call it. Or maybe the hold, whichever you want to call it. Ends up being a single. So Jake Brown in the batter's box. 0-2 to count. The delivery. Swung on a miss. Strike 3. That's a big out for Braxton Burke. Big out for Burke. That brings in Murdoch. Andrew Murdoch, he had a single and a run scored back in the third. Flew out to center in the first. He is 1 for 2. Second and third, 1 away. 4-0 Wheeling here in the fourth. And the pitch backing out of the way as Murdoch takes down and in 1-0. Murdoch's first year of the program from Brook High School. First team All-State member for the Bruins in AAA this past year. The 1-0, ground ball, foul, first base side, rose towards the bullpen. Took Murdoch a little time to get going this summer, just trying to get used to things in Wheeling. Just never played for the team. He was a big-time hitter at Brook, but didn't really know anyone, just kind of got comfortable with the program. But here in the back half, really the middle part of the season on, he turned out to be the hitter everyone thought he could be. 1-1 to count to Murdoch. 3 hitter in the lineup for post 1. Braxton Burke. The pitch. Foul back. Good breaking ball from Burke. 1-2. Good speed on the bases for Wheeling with Upton at second and Billick at third, 1 away. The 1-2. Down and in, 2-2. Shortstop for post 1, that's Gavin Comer back at short. Second baseman, Nelson, is in. First baseman, a little deep at first. That's Anderson. The delivery. Ground ball to Anderson. Only plays at first. He's playing back. And had Anderson been playing up, there was a chance of play at the plate. A little surprise there. Down 4-0, and Anderson wasn't playing up at first. I think if he was playing in and that ball hit to him, I think they had a chance to get Billick at the plate, but he was playing back. Conceded the run, did post 94. And RBI ground out for Murdoch makes it 5-0 Wheeling. On the play, Upton stays at second. That's key there as well. Here's Brady Ernest, 0 for 1 off a sacrifice bunt today. Here's the pitch. Ground ball, base hit, left side and through. Upton's going to hold it third, is up with it quickly as Preston Kiefer in left. Good job by Kiefer to get to that base hit quickly. He had a charge on that. Had he not charged to get that base hit, Upton and his speed would have scored on that single. Good job out and left by Kiefer. Little things like that go unnoticed. That may save another run here if they can retire Fado here. But Fado today is 2 for 2 with an RBI. That came back in the third. Both of his base hits have come back up through the middle of the field. Burke's pitch. Off speed high. Strike is called 0-1. Oh, 1 delivery on the corner, away from the batter. It's a strike, 0-2. Five nothing Wheeling, looking to add more. Braxton Burke looking to close the door here. And if he can, you can thank Preston Kiefer hustling in to get that base hit off the bat of Ernest just a second ago. And there's a swing and a miss. Strike 3. Good pitch by Braxton Burke as he strikes out Fado for the final out. But Wheeling just adds a little bit more. One more run in the inning for Wheeling and one more run on the scoreboard. They lead 5-0 as we head to the fifth. Back after this on Video Productions and Metro News.
You have dreams.
A better life, a better job, a better you.
So where do you start to build the skills necessary to get there? At West Virginia State, you are not just a number, you are who you choose to be.
You receive personal attention from award-winning faculty.
You study in nationally recognized programs.
You learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have. No matter where you want to go
or what you want to do,
it starts at State.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
Caden Knapp back on the mound for Wheeling Post 1. So far, 4 innings for Knapp. He's only allowed 1 hit to this point. And good job there for Knapp. As South Charleston will have the top of the order due up here in the fifth. Will be the pitcher Braxton Burke, followed by Joel Nelson and Luke Gordon. Braxton Burke today 0 for 1. He did walk back in the second. Well, if you're going to get something started, now's the time to do so. You got the top of the order up, and you're down to your final 9 outs. So if you're South Charleston, the time is now. Caden Knapp, 68 pitches as well. There was activity last half inning in the bullpen for Wheeling. So we'll see how far they go with them. But South Charleston needs to start getting base runners right now if they want to make a comeback here. There's a strike. Oh, excuse me. I misspoken. It's a ball, 1-0. Looked like a pretty good pitch there from Caden Knapp, but it's called a ball, 1-0. That one is swung on and fouled hard out of play, 1-1. The 1-1 delivery. Fastball way high, 2-1. 2 walks today for Knapp. Also has hit 2 batters. They only allowed the one hit, and that was the Comer last half inning. 2-1 delivery. Swung on. Ground ball outside third foul. It's 2-2. Look at Steven Brodegard. Hustles all the way down to the fence to get that ball. Brodegard is their ace pitcher. He's going to Mercyhurst next year. He threw that gem earlier in the tournament in the shutout win. The 2-2. Ooh, in on the hands. Fisted foul towards the bullpen again. And there's Brodegard. 2 more for the big man. And that shutout was over Beckley earlier in this tournament, was for Brodegard. Knapp's 2-2 to Burke. Swung on, ground ball off the body of Knapp. He recovers, picks it up, throws to first in time. Good job there by Knapp, and a good hustle down the line by Burke. He hustled and got down there as quick as he could, but Knapp was able to recover. Like I said, he's a good athlete. You look at this, it came right off the backside of Knapp. He's able to pick it up and gather himself and fire the first for out number 1. That brings in Joel Nelson, the second baseman. Nelson is over 2. Now comes Coach Henry quickly to have a few words with him to make sure to see if he's okay, and he is.
Now back for post 94, number 4.
May have a little bit of a sore behind when he goes to sit down in the dugout during the inning break. So that ball hit him pretty good. So it looks like he's good to go. Joel Nelson 0 for 2. Grounded out to third in the first. Struck out looking in the second. Inside breaking ball misses 1-0. I think if you're Joel Nelson there, instead of backing away there, this is your box. You can stand in there. You might want to take one for the team there and get yourself on base. You need base runners if you're post 94. The 1-0. And he sends a little looper right to the second baseman. And there to make the catch is Jake Brown, 2 away. And that brings in Luke Gordon. Gordon, one of the top hitters in the state, one of the top baseball players in the state overall, is 0 for 1 if a walk. Actually, he was 0 for 1 if a hit batsman. My apologies. 1 out was a ground out to first base, back in the third. He takes down 1-0. Luke Gordon, home run power in that bat. One swing of the bat, and they can be on the board. Here's the 1-0. It's low, 2-0. Eli Smith awaits on deck. .78 pitches for Knapp. The 2-0. Inside misses, 3-0. I think this is one of these situations here. You don't really want to walk anyone, but you don't want to give anything for Luke Gordon to hit here with a 5-run lead. The 3-0 pitch is right down Broadway, 3-1. The book on Knapp coming in, he has good stuff, but was command. But boy, his command's been good. I mean, he's walked a couple, hit a couple, but all in all, he's pitched an excellent game. The 3-1 pitch, ground ball, left side, backhanded by the shortstop Fado. Strong throw across dugout, nicely by the first baseman Zaneski. Pretty play all around there for post 1, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Caden Knapp. Look at the replay on this, folks. Watch the backhand by Fado in the hole. It's short, and then he fires across. Look at this pick. Great pick at first by Zaneski. And Wheeling heads to the bottom of the 5th with a 5-0 lead. Back after this on Video Productions and Metro News.
This summer, 2 fan favorites are back.
Honey pepper pimento, pineapple dragon fruit. They're packed, they're so packed. Yeah, they're bringing that flavor back. Honey pepper pimento, yeah, that pimento. Pineapple dragon fruit, bringing that pineapple back. They're packed, they're so packed. Yeah, they're bringing that flavor back. They're so packed. Honey pepper pimento.
Which favorite will you fan over?
My name's Keith Sigmund. I'm the general manager here at Buchanan Mine. I find in Bluefield State graduates a characteristic that is uncommon in most today, and that characteristic is their work ethic.
Not afraid to spend as many hours as they need to spend here. They have a great work ethic.
Why we search for Bluefield State graduates is because they don't shy away from the challenge.
Well, we're seeing good glove work all around from Wheeling Post 1, and we've been seeing it all tournament long. That's why this is the two-time defending state champions. But the South Charleston team has plenty of fight in them, and they got plenty of bats as well. But right now it's 5-0 as Wheeling looks to add to their lead as we move into the bottom of the fifth. Chris George with you on Video Productions and Metro News. And how many times do you see it? A guy that makes a great defensive play, leads off the next half inning. Well, you're going to see that as Alex Zaneski, if that good pick at first on the long throw, Cross is going to lead off here in the bottom of the fifth. It's like we may have a new pitcher as well for Post 1, and it's Preston Kiefer, the Winfield graduate from 2025. So we'll put Burke back at shortstop. And we'll get the other changes for you here in a minute. As stepping into the plate is Zaneski against Preston Kiefer. And Kiefer's delivery inside misses 1-0. So Joel Nelson moves to left. There's a foul ball back out of play. I would say Comer's at second, and it is. Pitch misses outside. 2-1 here to Zaneski. Comer at second, Burke at short, and Nelson moves to left. That's your changes for South Charleston. It's a pitch downstairs to Zaneski. Zaneski today 0 for 2, struck out back in the third. Looking to get on base here to lead off the fifth. The 3-1. There's a strike, 3-2. Good pitch there from Kiefer. Payoff pitch just off the plate, ball 4. That was close. Borderline pitch there, and it goes the way of the batter, Zaneski. He's on first. Leadoff walk, and here's the DH, Brody Groom. Groom had an RBI single back in the third. He's 1 for 2.
Now batting for the Post 1, number 39, Brody Groom.
Groom squares, pulls it back, takes the ball, 1-0. Good job by the catcher, Smith, to keep it in front of him. Final Lionel Burke, 1 inning, 3 hits, 1 run. It was earned. 2 strikeouts, no walks. Groom squares, bunts at first base side, but it's going to roll foul, and a good job there by the catcher, or by the pitcher, Kiefer, to kill it, because you don't want that ball to go back fair. And it's 1-1. Preston Kiefer, Winfield product, graduate from 2025. Played college baseball this past season. If I'm not mistaken, was at West Virginia State. And he was. The 1-1 downstairs, 2-1. A couple years ago, Kiefer played for Winfield's Legion team, coached by his father. And when they closed up shop there, he decided to take his talents to South Charleston, which Winfield is in the recruiting zone for South Charleston. Here's the 2-1 delivery, and it's outside, 3-1. Kiefer's known for his speed. Very, very good utility player, also pitches. He was an all-state player in the class of 2025 at Winfield. A couple players from Winfield on this post-94 roster. The 3-1, and it's going to be a strike, 3-2. Very limited action for Kiefer at West Virginia State this past year. And it's downstairs. It's ball 4. So back-to-back free passes issued by Kiefer. And that brings in the catcher, Nolan Yanchek, who will probably be asked to bunt the runners over, you would think, here. 5-0 Wheeling. He did get the pinch hit, did Kiefer against Concord earlier this year in Mountain State Athletic Conference action, it's fouled back out of play. Mountain East Athletic Conference action, as I get that right. Don't want to get Reed Amos on my bad side here. On his bad side, I should say. He'll come after me. Mountain East gains a member this year in Shawnee State out of Portsmouth, Ohio. They give them full 12 members. Stepping off is Kiefer. Salem was a member of the associate member, a scheduling partner, I guess you could say, for the Mountain East the last few years in baseball. They will have to find a new home to schedule games next year. Yeah, in all sports, you're right. In basketball, they were as well. Outside, 1-1. Shawnee State will have football in the future in the Mountain East. I think 2028 or 2029 might be the year we're looking at ahead. It's not going to be this year, obviously. Of course, they'll be a probationary member of the conference since they moved up from NAIA. The 1-1. And it's low, 2-1. Speaking of the Mountain East Conference, there's flavor on this Wheeling roster. We got Billick, who plays his baseball at West Liberty. We saw Wheeling University's coach, Ryan Lewicki, here earlier in the tournament recruiting kids. And Wheeling won the regular season title of the Mountain East this past year in baseball. 2-1 pitch, and may have been a foul ball there. They're going to say that, 2-2. Must have went off the bat there of Yanchek. So 2-2 to count. First and second, nobody out. Bottom of the fifth, 5-0 to score. The 2-2. Yanchek still going to bunt with 2 strikes. He does his job. Third baseman Pence has no play. How about that? I don't know if South Charleston kind of let their guard down there thinking he was not going to bunt with 2 strikes, but they kept the bunt on. And it goes as an infield single for Yanchek. We'll watch the replay here. Good bunt by Yanchek, and Pence was, well, he was even at the bag at third. Just a good bunt. So Kelly will be the runner at first for Yanchek. And the bases are loaded, nobody out for Braxton Billick. Billick today 1 for 2, singled and scored back in the fourth. The pitch from Kiefer. And it's down 1-0. The 1-0 delivery. There it is, a strike, outside corner 1-1. Parkersburg probably either watching or here viewing the game. They will wait the winner. And if it's Wheeling, they have to beat Wheeling twice. If it's South Charleston, they have to beat South Charleston to get to the championship game against Wheeling tomorrow afternoon. That means South Charleston's going to have to do some business here and come from behind. And right now, the bases loaded, nobody out. Preston Kiefer trying to get the first out here if he can. 1-1 to Billick. Bases juice, as I said. Billick, 2025 graduate of Wheeling Central, waits the 1-1. And he swings, has a fly ball, right center field, and the center fielder races over to make the catch. That is Gordon. And tagging from third and scoring is Zaneski. And it's a sacrifice fly for Billick, and it's 6-0 Wheeling here in the bottom of the fifth.
Now batting for Wheeling, number 12, Chris Upton.
And that brings in Chris Upton. Upton, 3 for 3. Had a double in the third. Couple singles, stolen base. Couple bunt base hits to be exact. And the pitch. And he's going to bunt again, foul. 0-1. He is human. He does bunt foul. As good of a bunter he is, it's almost like he never goes foul with it, but that time he did. Good job by the pitcher, Kiefer. 0-1 delivery, high and tight, 1-1. The 1-1. Good job by Smith to keep it in front of him, 2-1. Pitch in on the hands, grounded through the right side, and a base hit for Upton. He's got his 4th hit of the day. And now load the bases again for Jake Brown. Folks, he was their MVP last year in the state tournament in Wheeling's win up in Morgantown. Upton doing what he does best, finding ways to get on base. He's 4 for 4. Here is Jake Brown. Brown today 1 for 3, RBI single back in the 3rd, but he struck out in the 1st and 4th. And it's inside to Brown, 1-0. Everybody has a hit on this winning lineup but one player, and there's a swing and a fly ball. Hit the left, or a base hit, hit the left field, so an RBI single, and it's going to score 2 on the play for Brown. And Wheeling increases their lead to 8-0.
Now batting for Wheeling, number 7, Andrew Murdoch.
So 2 RBI single for Brown through the left side. Here's Andrew Murdoch. And we're going to have a pitching change possibly here coming up for South Charleston as they have a meeting at the mound. So 6-0 to score. 8-0, is the score as they'll up and changes here. Ryan Anderson's going to the dugout to get some, well, we'll see what happens here. I'm not sure. It's going to be a different glove. I think we're going to have a new pitcher here. We're going to have some defensive changes here for South Charleston. We think Kiefer's going to depart. So Kiefer officially goes 1/3 of an inning. And we'll see who the new pitcher is. Looks like it might be Wyatt Pence. And we're going to take a timeout. We'll come back and tell you who the new pitcher is for South Charleston. It is Wyatt Pence, but we'll give you the defensive lineman as well. We'll come back after this on Metro News and Video Productions.
Some moments change everything. In an instant, your world grows bigger. And suddenly, it's real. There are questions, there are plans, there are quiet worries you don't always say out loud. And there are providers who walk with you through all of it, from the first heartbeat to the first time you hold them in your arms. At Access Health Women's Health, you don't have to leave your community to receive exceptional care. Access Health, right here at home.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
The path to a rewarding, well-paying career is close to home. Discover what WVU Tech graduates already know. We're a small campus with big opportunities. With hands-on experience in high-demand programs like hospitality, forensic investigations, cybersecurity, engineering, and nursing, you'll be prepared to enter the workforce, solving West Virginia's most important problems. We know that you can change the world, and it starts here at home.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's yours.
Wyatt Pinch, the new pitcher for South Charleston, and the first pitch to the batter, Murdoch, is a ball, 1-0. Jackson Kimball now playing first base. The 1-0 pitch, there's a strike, 1-1. Joel Nelson is now in right field. Kiefer back to left. And there's a ground ball. Chopped to second. Up with it to second baseman. That is Comer, and he'll throw to first, and that's out number 2. So 2 away. Up to the third. Brown at second remain. 2 outs. Here is Brady Ernest, as Murdoch moves the runners up 90 feet. Ernest today 1 for 2. An RBI single back in the 4th. And a delivery. Slow breaking ball misses, 1-0. Ryan Anderson now playing third. And we're good to go. Braxton Burke is back at short. 2-0 now, the count to Brady Ernest. Again, we'll set the defense for you here in just a second. 2-0 delivery, and it's outside 3-0. In left is Preston Kiefer. In center, Luke Gordon. In right field, Joel Nelson. At first is Jackson Kimball. The second baseman's Gavin Comer. At short is Braxton Burke and Ryan Anderson at third. And, of course, Eli Smith is still your catcher. Wide pinch the pitcher. The 3-0, and he slips and falls and throws a strike. There you go, young man, 3-1. Good kid. I had a chance to talk to Wyatt Pence early in the tournament. He really loves Legion baseball. He's having the time of his life this summer, enjoys it. And I think he's glad he decided to play. Here's the 3-1, and he misses inside ball 4, and they're loaded up for Dom Fado. So Fado, could, if he singles here, could potentially win this game via the 10-run rule. South Charleston trying to get this final out to extend this game even more. And, folks, let me tell you, we've seen large leads disappear in this tournament. We saw Beckley lose a 7-1 lead to Parkersburg yesterday, so anything can happen. Fado takes outside, 1-0. Fado today, 2 base hits, both back through the box. 3 of Wheeling's hits have been up to the middle of the day. I was 1 off. I said 4, and it's been 3. Here's the 1-0, and it misses. Fastball does, 2-0. Fado, rising senior at Lindsley next year. I'll check that. He could be a junior next year. I may be mistaken on that, but he's a young man that is in the first year as a senior Legion player. There's a pitch inside 3-0. I guess you could say starting senior player. Was part of the roster last year, mainly on the junior Legion side, but as an everyday starter as a senior Legion member this year is Fado. The 3-0 pitch, it's right down the middle for a strike, 3-1. Three runs in the inning have already scored. The bases loaded, 2 down. 3-1 to Fado. Wide pinch the pitch, and it's upstairs for ball 4. That'll force in Upton from third, and Wheeling leads 9-0.
Now batting for Wheeling, number 2.
And this will be the 10th batter to bat in the inning for Wheeling. It'll be Alex Zaneski, who is the only Post 1 player that has yet to record a hit today. Can he change that here? Well, we'll find out, because if a base hit here, we'll win this game. Wyatt Pence and South Charleston have other things in mind. And there's a ground ball back up the middle, and guess what? There it is. A base hit, and that's going to end it via the 10-run rule. As scoring on the play is Jake Brown, and Wheeling wins it 10-0. And what that does is move Wheeling into the state championship game tomorrow with Parkersburg Post 15 at 1 p.m. And we'll come back and tell you more about it in our post-game show right after these messages here on Video Productions and Metro News.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. and they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Of it, from the first heartbeat to the first time you hold them in your arms. At Access Health Women's Health, you don't have to leave your community to receive exceptional care. Access Health, right here at home.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
The path to a rewarding, well-paying career is close to home. Discover what WVU Tech graduates already know. We're a small campus with big opportunities. With hands-on experience in high-demand programs like hospitality, forensic investigation, cybersecurity, engineering, and nursing, you'll be prepared to enter the workforce, solving West Virginia's most important problems. We know that you can change the world, and it starts here at home.
Wheeling Post 1 has done it again. They're in the state championship for American Legion Baseball in the state of West Virginia. They will play Parkersburg Post 15, the Cinderella story of the tournament, tomorrow at 1 p.m. Parkersburg has to defeat Wheeling twice. Wheeling, all they need is one more victory. In fact, it's both teams out of Area 1. Wheeling was the Area 1 champions this year, and they were 4-0 against Parkersburg during the season, and they'll try to add more to that tomorrow. But I'm telling you what, this Cinderella story known as Parkersburg Post 15 is going to come to play. They believe, they're confident, and they got a head coach, Mike Goodwin, that's as good as anyone in the business, and he'll have that team ready to play, and Wheeling knows that. Those two teams know each other quite well. But the story today, twofold for Wheeling. It was Chris Upton. How about that young man today? 4 for 4 for double. He was the catalyst, the top of the lineup for Wheeling Post 1. He's done it all year. He was our MVP last year, and an outstanding day also today. Dom Fado had a couple hits as well. Also, Nolan Yanchek with 2 hits to lead Post 1. And Kate Knapp. You know, the question coming in, who was going to be the starter today for Wheeling? And it was Kate Knapp. The John Marshall product came in, and he did a really good job today. Kate Knapp, 5 innings pitched, gets the win, 1 hit, no runs. He did strike out 2, walk 2, and hit 2. And good job for Kate Knapp. What a performance he had today for Wheeling Post 1. So congratulations, South Charleston and Gavin Comer and Coach Gerald on a fine season for those 2 young coaches. They'll be back next year, and we know South Charleston will be back. That team is loaded full of talent year in and year out, and they end their season at 16-3 overall. Wheeling improves to 28-7 on the year. And again, they'll play Parkersburg Post 15 for the state championship tomorrow. Join us here on Video Productions and the Metro News Sports app for all the coverage. Fred Persinger, the second, will be back tomorrow for the coverage of that game between Wheeling Post 1 and Parkersburg, the state championship. This has been State Chairman Chris George of American Legion Baseball signing off. I want to thank everyone at Video Productions and Metro News for being able to bring you the entire state tournament and this game. And congratulations.